city championship game between Father Judge and Imhotep. Welcome to the broadcast here on Bob Long Sports. Excited to welcome all our Crusader and Panther fans here today. Alongside me, Tyler Kern on color commentary, Kevin Long on camera. Tyler, excited for this one. Two teams that love to rush the football, have had excellent seasons representing their representative classifications here today, and looking forward to what we have today on a sunny Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, it's a perfect day for football, Bob. As you alluded to, we've seen both of these teams this year, and they're both run heavy, they run ball first, and I think it'll come down to who has the better run defense, who has the the bigger, stronger lineman up front, and who can push the ball downfield.
Guys we're looking out for here today on the rushing attack side from Imhotep, they're going to rely on the sophomore Trey McLeod. Offers from Boston College, Pitt, and West Virginia, a guy who mixes a little bit of lightning and thunder, Tyler. Can break away, can make guys miss, but also can run you over. And on Father Judge's side, Mike Van Horn. He does everything for this team. He's going to throw the ball in limited spots, but also a guy who can tuck it on an RPO, make the right decision, and make life difficult for an opposing defense in that spatial and gap awareness. It'll be Father Judge to return first. Dressed in the blue uniforms with the white helmets, Imhotep all white, a fresh look from the Panthers. And we're underway on the one hop, out to the 25, and brought down right about there. That's where Mike Van Horn and the Crusaders will get started on offense. Eric Smith, the starting tailback and the guy who gets the majority of the carries for Father Judge. Tyler, your thoughts on what we've seen from Eric Smith?
I mean, we just saw right there. It took a one-hop bounce there. Eric Smith, showed some discipline, didn't get too frazzled, picked up the ball, and, made a nice run down the field, giving the Father Judge the ball right on about their own 27.
An extra lineman on each side of the line of scrimmage. And it is Smith up the middle. A gain of just 2. Second down and 8 upcoming.
Yeah, and that jumbo package can be so important to help that run, get developed. Having 2 extra big guys in there leading the attack, I think we'll see a lot of that today.
You saw Dom Monaco, number 65, at the left guard position pulling. Father Judge runs a lot of power. We've seen that in several occasions where we've been out to see Crusader football games. Athletic guards, and this time it's Mike Van Horn lowering the shoulder, gain of 2. It'll be third and manageable. Call it 5 on the first offensive drive of the game.
And Mike Van Horn isn't afraid to lower the helmet like you said there, Bob. He's a physical guy and runs hard down the field. What are you thinking, Bob? We got to run here?
Yeah, I mean, listen, if there's a time to open up the playbook, could be here. But also, I know this Father Judge team trusts the rushing game. They have 3 guys. They can really pound the rock. And it's just Mike Van Horn on a designed keeper. A flag comes in, knocked down well short of the line to gain. Just a gain of 1. Thrown in the area of holding, but we'll wait for the call. And it does go against Father Judge. And they'll decline the penalty, so now 4th down and 4. Father Judge, I would say certainly, and here comes the punting unit. Maybe a bit of decision there, Tyler, but I think the right one early on.
Yeah, and that was quite the crazy play. They had a bunch of guys on the near side of the field to us, and, when you have that outside run, it can be, difficult to get your block, and hence the holding call there.
A decent kick. Fair catch, wait for it, but then feigned. And Father Judge will cover it at the 36-yard line of Imhotep. And that's where Mikhail Davis will come out onto the field for the first time, leading his team. Mikhail Davis, a guy who we talked to Devin Johnson, the head coach of Imhotep, prior to the game here. He said he's really improved. He referenced the game where we last saw Mikhail Davis against LaSalle High School. He said, yeah, LaSalle exposed some things about our team, about Mikhail, but that he has improved. Had to build him back up a bit after that game. to the point where just last week he won the MVP in the Public League Championship game. This is a handoff, and Father Judge strung it out well, Tyler. Off tackle. Great job by the linebackers at the second level to come up and make the stop.
Yeah, and so far we're seeing a game that we expected here. Very run-heavy. Imhotep lined up a bit different. They had 3 receivers, 2 to the far side of the field where that ball went, but, just nothing happening there, Bob.
But Davis, we mentioned that Public League Championship game MVP, threw a couple of touchdowns, ran for a touchdown. Davis, a left-handed star burgeoning here in the Public League. And they give it on the jet sweep. Father Judge doesn't seal the edge that time. Great blocking, and just one too many. 2 flags come in. It will be holding, and Tyler, this will put them right back near that original line of scrimmage because it was so far downfield.
And I was about to call that a great design play there. Number 3, Stanley Trey McLeod, did a great job getting outside, but I think he was the one called for the hold there. Just he had his guy blocked, but, it's held on a little too long.
And I would back you up. I think that was an exceptionally well-designed play. It was the execution, especially down the field. If you're holding 10 yards down the field, don't. You're probably at the point where your running back already has a pretty decent gain, and it's best to let him get what he can get.
And it looks like you're – oh, no, not – we're looking like a 2nd and 8 there, so that was quite far down the field there, Bob. Or no, 2nd and
2nd and 6.
6, yeah.
So that was 14 yards down the field.
That's some quick math there.
That's what we're here for. We also welcome our viewers, not just Philadelphia-based, not just Imhotep and Father Judge, but those that may be watching on from District 3 country, our Governor Mifflin fans. We were out there last night calling that game against Spring Grove. Congratulations to the Mustangs on that win. Checking out 2 teams that one of these 2 they'd see in the state championship. What a juggling catch. It'll be short of the line to gain, 3rd and 3. And in some ways, Tyler, fortunate that ball didn't pop up into the hand of a Crusader.
Yeah, for a second there, I thought that was a turnover. And they're going quick up to the line of scrimmage there, Bob.
In the I formation, it's McLeod. Has the first down and more, spins out of a tackle. And right to the 50-yard line, maybe a shade into Judge territory.
Yeah, McLeod looking electric out there. 2 nice spin moves. Had a great block from his fullback there for the first down. And I like Imhotep's, they went hurry up there and kind of didn't let Father Judge get set. So I think that was a good call. And now they're, slowly developing this first down play.
Yeah, Tyler, I like that hurry up. I like getting under center there. Most of the time you'll see them out of the shotgun, more of that RPO look for Mikel Davis. But that time, no deception. We're going to run it right at you and see if you can stop it. 8:25 and ticking here in a scoreless first quarter. First offensive drive. Here comes the reverse. Father Judge there. A hold's going to bring it back. Decision time, do you take it or not? I certainly think you do. A gain of just 2, and this should bring them back 10 yards plus because that hold was about 4 yards in the backfield.
Yeah, and that should go against number 56, Kaleem Crosswell there, the offensive lineman, 6'4", 334 pounds. That's a big guy, Bob.
And that's an excellent job by that Father Judge defense because holding, we talked about it a little bit in the game we called last night, that's not always discipline. That's also leverage, and that's Father Judge creating leverage on that defensive line and forcing either the hold or putting yourself in a position where your running back's going to get tackled in the backfield. Excellent job by the Crusaders.
Yeah, I didn't get the number on Father Judge there, but whoever that was did a great job of setting the edge and kind of forcing that hold, as you said.
Yep, I think it was Zach Bayer, the senior 5'9", 185 edge rusher. Outswinging his weight on that one against Kaleem Croswell.
It's a 120-pound difference about.
First down and a mile, about 25 yards. They fake the give. Up the middle comes Davis. Davis connected with and hit at the 45. It's a gain of 10 yards, but it'll be 2nd down and 15.
Yeah, but great job by Imhotep, chunking away at that, 1st and forever to go. Davis just kind of turned on the Jets there and, followed his blockers for a nice gain there.
7:25, still scoreless. Imhotep, they've gone forward, they've gone back. In total, they've only gained about 10 yards on this drive. That's with a first down and then some. Some penalty yards bring them back, and now 2nd and 15.
His foot's past the line down here.
Davis drops straight back. He'll throw the slant incomplete. R.J. Atkinson, the intended recipient. Jordan Reinhardt in coverage for Father Judge, 3rd and 15.
Yeah, I think that was Talik Burton that came up and, kind of he heard the footsteps and wasn't able to secure the catch. And great defense there by Father Judge for a 3rd and about, 15, Bob.
Frank, all new receivers in.
Third down, 15 yards to go. Clock stopped at 6 minutes and 53 seconds to play in the first quarter.
Bump, mirror to 3. There he is, mirror.
Drops straight back, runs out of time, and a flag comes down. Should be holding, and maybe another one. So this is all going to come back. Father Judge, we were waiting to see if they would stop him short of the line to gain. Would have been a decline of the penalty, but now they're certainly going to accept it. And another hold, Tyler, the 4th holding penalty of the afternoon thus far.
Yeah, I mean, a great run by Mikhail Davis there all the way down to Father Judge 20, but you got to imagine that it's a good play due to that holding call.
Mm-hmm. And that's one where the holding was needed. Otherwise, that left defensive end was going to be all over Davis. The hold certainly allowed him to escape.
Yeah, and I think we're just going to see it. A lot of running and a lot of holding calls. It's the 4th or 5th holding call already.
Yep.
In the first quarter, 6 minutes and 39 seconds to go.
And that's another one that happens 4 or 5 yards into the backfield, Tyler. So it's going to be about a 15-yard difference. 3rd down, 32 yards to go for the first down.
I think Imhotep started on their own 40, too, so they've marched backwards.
Yeah, a minus 10-yard drive, taking up about 4 minutes. But let's see if Mikhail Davis can cause any fireworks here. Davis rolls, eyes downfield, fires, and it's incomplete. That's really nice defense by Father Judge. Dropped into a deep zone, got there with the 4 guys on the defensive line, and they forced Imhotep to punt. Tyler, we've talked about this in past run-ins with Imhotep. They struggle in this element of the game as well. So there's 3 elements, 3 sides of the football. And special teams could be a key. Father Judge got a nice punt off last time, shifted the field. Let's see if Imhotep can do the same thing. It is Davis back there to punt it away.
I know, it's the quarterback. It's the quarterback, though, Frank. Poison.
And they get away from that one just at the last minute. Eric Smith thought about scooping that up. It took an Imhotep roll. And all told, no pictures on the golf scorecard, no pictures here either. That's a good punt. It'll work out, even if aesthetically it may not have caught your eye. Nice job by Mikhail Davis flipping the field.
Yeah, just an athletic person out there. We've seen him run. Now he's showing us his boot. And it took a nice favorable roll down the field, an extra 15 to 20 yards there.
6:19 to play, about halfway home in a first quarter where we've seen offenses struggling to run the football and a lot of penalty yardage on both sides. Mike Van Horn right up the middle, a gain of just 2. Scoots across the 30 to the 32, 2nd and 8.
Yeah, and just more of what we're expecting here. It's heavy. Judge has the bodies out there, quite a few blockers. Got the jumbo package in on half of these plays. We're just going to keep seeing more and more of this. Judge has to avoid any holding calls. I mean, we see how far back that marched Imhotep on the last drive.
Father Judge, a team that, again, likes to keep the football on the ground, wants to shorten this football game, reduce the number of possessions, sustain some drives. Here's Eric Smith with a touch. Bounces to the outside and keeps it going. That's a gain of about 4. It'll be 3rd down and 3 coming up from the 36. A great run from Smith.
And I like Judge. They had their 2 receivers split out wide. It kind of widens the defense there a little bit. and, keeps the Imhotep defense honest there.
Well, on the receiver on the far side of the play there, you might have some Imhotep folks saying, hey, where's the flag there? Kept those hands in between the shoulder pads, Tyler. That's the key there. No holding called against Judge. 3rd down and manageable.
Yeah, just blocking a very underrated part of being a wide receiver. You think about them catching the ball all the time, but blocking is just as important.
Will they go to the air? An empty set. In motion comes the tight end. Rolling out. Flag comes in. And your quarterback might have taken an unnecessary shot there with the flag coming in behind, likely in the area of holding.
Yeah, I think they got number 78, Sean Broderick, on that one.
Take a look at this hit here. He just gets smoked.
Oh, and you hate to see unnecessary hits like that.
Give him credit. He actually fell forward. That's just a lot of contact for your quarterback to take on a penalty play. So they accept the penalty. That takes Father Judge way back. Playing the field position game, it would have been 4th and short. So a decision that could have gone either way from Devin Johnson and the Imhotep sideline. They elect to make them go for it again on 3rd down, now 20 yards to go with 4:36 and ticking here in a scoreless first quarter. Van Horn, a lot of pressure, tries to throw the screen, threw it into the ground. Fortunate there by Mike Horn, and again, a good play, Tyler. There was a tight end right in the area, no intentional grounding. Be safe, get your punt unit on the field, and try to switch this field as best you can.
Yeah, and Talik Burton and Eni White from Imhotep just had a free run right at the quarterback, laid a huge hit, and he was lucky to get that ball away. Not that it made much of a difference on that play, but
a boot. That chases the man back, caught there. Inside Father Judge territory, taken down at the 44. Corey Downing, the wide receiver, took that one back, and now Mikhail Davis back out there on the field. Yes, Tyler, we didn't talk too much about the defensive front yet for Imhotep, but it's 2 of the most talented kids in the entire country. Keon Wiley, number 1, heading to Penn State next year. And then Eni White, who can go anywhere he wants. But the 4 schools that seems to be pretty hot on are, in no particular order, Texas A&M, Alabama, Georgia, and Ohio State.
And Van Horn got crushed by both of them on the last play there.
Best field position to start off for either team to begin a drive. And they fake the give. Off tackle goes Davis. Davis puts his foot in the ground, keeps going up the field, a 1st down and more. Give him 15 on the run. Excellent patience that time by the quarterback, Mikhail Davis.
Yeah, and Davis just doing a great job of shaking off tackles there. A lot of arm tackles in that area. It's tough to wrap him up, but that's how you got to bring him down. Might have been the biggest gain all day so far.
Imhotep 8-1 on the year with wins over Pittsburgh Central Catholic, DeMatha, and then Northeast High School, a team that is also playing today in the 6A District 12 championship game against St. Joe's Prep. They got him on the hard count. Encroachment called against Father Judge. It'll be 1st and 5.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great hard count. You see 2 Father Judge players there, both jumped off sides, so. So we've seen Mikhail Davis run. We've seen him kick the ball or punt the ball. Now we've seen he has a nice hard count as well.
That's right. Got a little bit of everything. Now 2 guys in the backfield. One of them is Maurice Beverly. Beverly serves as the fullback, and Trey McLeod taken down, but not before a gain of 4. It'll be 2nd down and short. But Beverly, we talked to Devin Johnson again earlier this week. Beverly a linebacker, Beverly a fullback. He's there for pretty much every play, special teams, and a guy who is undervalued and underrated across the Philadelphia high school football scene. The give is to McLeod. It's got a lot of blocking. McLeod inside the 20 to the 15-yard line, more than enough for a first down, 7 yards on the run.
Yeah, and Imhotep doing a great job on this drive. You know, no costly penalties so far, and just, you know, getting a gain on every play. And you got to keep an eye on Davis, but, man, you also got to keep an eye on McLeod. He really turned on the Jets there to get the first down.
You may remember when we did the game this past September when Imhotep played LaSalle and LaSalle's homecoming. McLeod was starting to get going, got hurt in the later stages of that game. But a guy who can really move, like we said, a mix of power and speed. Now he comes to the left. Now he's going to go right on that handoff. Now pushing through would-be tacklers. A gain of 5 yards on first down.
Yeah, and McLeod, I like that little pre-snap motion there. They got the bodies on the far side of the field there, right where McLeod was going, and didn't really give Father Judge time to adjust there. And McLeod, you know, with a respectable gain on first down for second and about 6.
Second down and 5, a minute 30 to go here in this first quarter. Beverly the fullback, McLeod the deep back. In the pistol is Mikhail Davis.
God damn it, Bear!
Offsides against Father Judge. This 5 yards, I think, Tyler, will take them a half yard short of the first down. I would anticipate second and about a yard coming up.
Yeah, and for some reason I thought Imhotep had to react to that ball there, Bob. But I didn't see a whole lot of movement from them there. I thought he got back in time.
Yeah, that's a high school thing versus college NFL, where if you get back and you don't touch or the offensive lineman doesn't react, called automatically. Second down and 1. They're inside the 10 at about the 6. And now it's a wildcat for Trey McLeod off the left into the end zone. Touchdown, Imhotep.
And it starts with that snap there. That snap was to McLeod's right, and he just one-armed it. Just an athletic play by McLeod, and just running through 2 Judge defenders for the touchdown.
On the second offensive drive for Imhotep, they get on the board, leading 6-0. Now this is an Imhotep team that it's well documented. They go for it on 2 just about every time they score a touchdown. So Mikhail Davis gets the call from the sideline and comes back out onto the field. Davis and McLeod in the backfield. A familiar duo.
Move up, safeties!
Motion. And the give on the jet sweep. Father Judge, they sized him up and they dropped him well short of the end zone line. So 6-0, the 2-point conversion. Unsuccessful, Tyler, a big play in this game.
Yeah, and that's a great job by Father Judge defense. I think most of that defense felt that the ball was going to the far side of the field there, and they all kind of pushed out, and there was no room to get the 2-point conversion there.
First touch of the day for Terrence Adams. I don't hate the play call by any stretch, but Father Judge, you mentioned recognition. That's a great call, Tyler. Recognizing that, coming up to make the play.
Yeah, and sometimes it's just a matter of feel. Like you feel your block is moving to the right side, so you go with your block. I couldn't see exactly who it was out there, but there was an outside linebacker who did a great job of shedding his block and making the tackle as well.
I think it's time to bring a LaSalle tradition here to our broadcast of the District 12 5A Championship, and that is, where you at? So I know we got an active comment chat section. So that one's delivered deep. One hopped and caught it to 10. And brought down at the 25-yard line. Well covered by Imhotep. Jameer Reyes, the defensive back in there on the stop. But our favorite game is called Where You At? So you let us know in the comment section of YouTube or follow us on Twitter at Bob Long Sports and tweet at us that way. Let us know who you are, where you're watching the game from, and we'll give you a shout-out on the air. Special shout-out to those watching from far and wide. we had Honolulu last night, Tyler, watching the Governor Mifflin Spring Grove game, a couple of Tampa, Floridas, Arizona, Texas. So we love our folks that are watching from far and wide and can't get to the game here today. Hand off to Eric Smith, and into the backfield right away was Eni White coming off that edge. Excellent. Went left unblocked, Tyler, and that's by design when it comes to a RPO, but sometimes you have guys that are just too athletic and can make up the space.
Yeah, it almost seemed like a delayed draw there where you kind of let the blocks develop there, but when you got, athletes, like you said, on that Imhotep defense.
23 seconds and ticking here in the first quarter. 2nd down and 8. Van Horn in the shotgun, takes the snap. It's Eric Smith, and they handed it off inside, a crisscrossing route in the backfield. Creative play call, but Imhotep stuffed the middle of the field. It'll be 3rd down and 5 when we begin the second quarter. That's the end of 1. Imhotep 6, Father Judge 0. And Tyler, though Imhotep has scored, Father Judge, the idea of shortening the game, keeping your running game moving forward, right? I mean, this is certainly at a point where 3rd and manageable, move the ball forward. Only 2 possessions allowed for Imhotep thus far.
Yeah, what a quick quarter as well. I mean, pretty much we've seen about like 2 or 3 passing plays, the rest being running. And I just want to go back to that play we just saw real quick, Father Judge, offensive lineman Jake Mulgrave pulled there to block Eni White. Eni White did a great job of shedding that block, and he's the one that made that tackle. It just showing why he's one of the best.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Folks checking in, Bob Dillon, a Father Judge 1960 grad. Bob, appreciate you being here. Neil French watching from Langhorne. Matt is watching from Northeast Philly. Guy that goes by Papa is watching from Philly. Welcome, Papa. Sean watching from Richmond, Virginia, saying, "Go, Father Judge." Four receivers to our near side here. Van Horn scans and fires that one out of bounds. Pocket started to collapse around him. 4th down and 6, decision time, but I would think you'd punt.
Yeah, I mean, it's too early in the game to be making decisions like that.
There comes the punting unit.
If it was a 4th and 1 or 4th and 2, Judge has shown that they can get 2 to 3 yards in almost every running play. So,
John Westfield out to punt it away. The senior kicker standing at 6'2".
They got 12 guys on the field.
And a big boot.
They got 12.
Took a nice hop. Father Judge will cover it at the 29-yard line. 11:46 to go.
That's bullshit.
Oh, there was a punch just thrown up.
Well,
wow.
We have replay.
Let's see. I believe that was number 4.
We didn't catch the first one, but there's something coming here.
Right about here, Bob. Maybe not.
Yeah, we may have missed it, but the flag did come out. And here we go.
12 guys on the field.
Wow, that's going to go against Father Judge.
Yeah, that's unfortunately how it is in football. Sometimes they catch the second guy doing it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bingo.
And, I mean, he had red gloves on, so it was pretty easy to see the punch from here. And Imhotep with just, favorable field position again.
Yep.
I mean, that was a nice punt as well.
1st and 10 for Imhotep. In the pistol, Mikhail Davis. Handoff up the middle. That's the first touch for Will Robinson, the senior back. hasn't seen as much time as he otherwise would because of the emergence of Trey McLeod. Now a flag comes in on the far side of the field.
More extracurriculars I saw there, Bob, between the D-back and the wide receiver.
So we'll get the call here. Keep your eye on the white hat in the middle of the field. Unsportsmanlike conduct called against Imhotep. It was after the play, which means it's now going to be 2nd down. So you count the about 7-yard gain and back up another 15 yards.
Chippiness already early in the second quarter. You got to imagine that, both teams kind of got to get their heads on straight and not let this, boil over. They can't. Imhotep had a great 2nd down field position, and now they're 2nd and forever.
Yep, 2nd and 20 is the yardage. 11:34 to go in the second quarter. You made the comment, Tyler, about how quickly the first quarter went, and now with penalties, a couple of unsportsmanlikes and all the stoppages, the second quarter just 30 seconds in. Davis, they're going to throw the screen. There to get it is Atkinson, and Father Judge all over him. A gain of just 2. It'll be 3rd and an eternity.
And that was a nice grab, too. Davis really put some pepper behind that for a 5 to 6 yard pass, not for a gain, but, to his side there. It was a nice snag. Not much of a gain there, but.
3rd down, call it 17 yards to go. They need to get to Father Judge's 46-yard line for a 1st down. And back in the normal spot is Trey McLeod in the backfield. Motion man, here comes the snap, and they throw it underneath. And it's going to be well short of the line to gain. Gain of 6, got back to the original sticks. 4th down and 10, decision time here for Imhotep. Again, I don't think it's much of a decision at all.
Yeah.
Out comes the punting unit.
That shuffle pass even confused me there. I thought Father Judge was going to secure the sack there. There was great pressure, designed to let that Father Judge guy get in the backfield. And that little shuffle pass just gave him about 5 or 6 yards. I can't believe he got that out.
A nice defensive stand there by Father Judge. 3 and out for Imhotep. They'll get the football back. The last punt by Mikhail Davis was a good one. But again, an area where Imhotep has struggled this year in special teams. A high punt, athletic to get the ball. A high punt. And that takes a Father Judge hop, touched at the 40-yard line, and that's where the Hankies go out. Great starting field position for the Crusaders. 9:41 to play in the second quarter.
Yeah, best field position all day for Father Judge. They started off on their own 26 and then on their own 24, and now they're looking about on their own 40. So Father Judge has a good opportunity here.
We got Matt Wazinski, the Judge grad, checking in. Chase checking in from Hatboro. Says Father Judge all day. Class of 2007. Hugh watching from Davie, Florida. Jim from Warminster. And here's one for you. Sterling McLeod watching his cousin Trey McLeod from Thailand.
Wow.
We might need an assurance or to confirm that one. That's awesome. What a run that is by Mike Van Horn, exerting his will on the linebacking core for Imhotep. Great start.
Yeah, Van Horn made a great run, trucking this guy up the middle for that extra 2 or 3 yard gain of that whole 7 yards. And I'm liking the emotion from both sides. Obviously not the chippiness, but both teams are bringing it. And it's a rough ground pound game.
Yeah, and the longer this goes on, Tyler, the more confident a team like Father Judge, I think some would call them the underdog certainly here today. A bad snap, Van Horn, fortunate to get it back. A loss of 2, but Tyler, all things considered, you give somebody a dice to roll, I think they take that result after that snap.
Yeah, that was great discipline by Van Horn. It bounced out of his hands. He turned around, was able to catch it almost perfectly and dived back. And, instead of a 5 yard loss, it was only 2. So kudos to Van Horn. That was a pretty athletic play.
3rd down and 5. They need midfield for a first. 2 in the backfield along with Mike Van Horn, the quarterback, in the shotgun. No receivers. Look at all those extra linemen out there. Van Horn gets behind his blockers. It's close. He's a 1.5 yards short. 4th down and 2, 8:15 and ticking here in the second quarter. This is a decision, Tyler.
I think they made it already, Bob. Looks
Yep.
like the punt team's coming out.
I think that's your call as well. It's been a field position game thus far. Although, look at this. Westfield is not deep, and he's also not under center. Looks like a fake's coming here, Tyler, and here it comes. There's the snap. Westfield with the throw. Incomplete. Turnover on downs.
And obviously there was some shenanigans going on there from the beginning. Father Judge has done a great job, keeping the ball on the ground. 2 yards to go. Maybe stick to your bread and butter there. Unfortunately, the pass just a little too high.
And when we said Westfield up here, it didn't look like he was on the ball. He was on the ball. Why was that? Because the guy on the furthest right of the line, as we saw it, was the one with the ball and was snapping it. So you had 6 guys to his left on the line of scrimmage, a formation you don't see very often.
Like I said, Bob, shenanigans. Playing shenanigans. I appreciate Judge going for that.
Mikhail Davis looks downfield, fires, has Atkinson caught. Touchdown, Imhotep. How's that for a momentum shift?
Mikhail Davis just showing his arm off now. We didn't see a whole lot of it yet, and that was just a bomb. What a great tracking, too, by Imhotep's number, I believe 11, R.J. Atkinson.
And they'll go for 2 again. Looking to make it a 14-0 game. That's exactly the play call you want, Tyler, if you're on that Imhotep sideline. After a momentum-shifting play like that, the turnover on downs, you're in good field position. Take a shot. Why not? You haven't tried to take the top off yet today. And what a throw by your sophomore quarterback, Mikhail Davis. Will Robinson in the backfield. Davis will take off. Looking for the pylon. He's got it. Touchdown, or make that 2-point conversion for Mikhail Davis. Makes it a 14-0 football game with 7:39 to play in the second quarter.
Yeah, Mikhail Davis was looking to turn upfield there. Saw he had the hole. He probably could have got it, but he liked the outside pursuit more there. And this is where, if you're Father Judge, hopefully get good field position off the kickoff return and, do something. Get a few first downs, chain something together, run out some of this clock, get your defense some rest. The Father Judge defense has been out there for quite a while.
Yes, it has. More folks checking in for our Where Ya At segment. Again, hit subscribe to us on YouTube, leave a comment, or tweet at us at Bob Long Sports. Howard says, go Judge. Watching from York, class of 1998 from Father Judge. Steve Fulmer checking in from North Wales. Thank you, Steve. And Brian Pascarillo watching his brother, John Pascarillo, number 5, class of 2019. That's where Father Judge will come back out there. We got Nick checking in from Beaufort, South Carolina. And Sean Quigg, class of 1990, watching from Norfolk, Virginia. Rodney says, let's go Tep. Again, a good diversity of folks from both sides. And I think beyond, Tyler, I think you got a lot of people that just love Philadelphia football. And, again, maybe some of those Governor Mifflin fans that are looking ahead a little bit.
Bob, where did that game take place yesterday?
That was at Governor Mifflin High School in Shillington. They took on Spring Grove from York, Pennsylvania. Won that game 38-13, and will play Exeter in the 5A District 3 Championship next Friday night. Van Horn right up the middle, gain of 2, but that's it. In there on the stop, number 8, Ramir Stewart, the safety, coming up from the safety spot. And that's something, Tyler, when you see these safeties come further and further up, start stacking the box, it's because Father Judge hasn't really attempted to take the top off.
That was pretty interesting. Father Judge just had four different players switch out there. That's not something like a personnel change you typically see between first and second down there.
Second down, 8 yards to go. Father Judge dressed in the baby blue with the white helmets. Imhotep all white here today. 6:57 and ticking in the second quarter. Van Horn, a draw right up the middle. Not much doing. Got back to the line of scrimmage, and that was about it. In there on the stop, David Johnson.
And this is where your father judge, you ran out about a minute of clock since this drive started. It'd really be beneficial for your defense to string together a first down here.
.6:15 and ticking. 3rd down and 7. They need the 36-yard line for a first down. Van Horn alone in the shotgun. Here comes the motion man, Smith. Faking the give. There's Eni White, and that one thrown to no one in particular, but just getting rid of it. What a tackle there by White. Unbelievable explosion off the edge, and no chance for that right tackle.
Eni White looks like a man amongst boys out there. He's 6'5", 230 pounds. Hit Van Horn at full speed there. Just a hard man to block, especially at this level.
Running back came underneath. Ball was over his head, so no intentional grounding there. John Westfield out to punt it away. Westfield gets into that one. Forces Downing back, caught it at the 30. Downing pulled at, stays up. Did he keep the football? He did. At the 40-yard line, that's where Mikhail Davis will come back out with the offense.
The first guy down there got a grasp of his hand. That was a great tackle. At least slow his guy up. Let the rest of Father Judge get down there and make a team tackle. Westfield has a boot too. He's had some good punts today.
Here's the danger zone, Tyler, for Father Judge. 5:48 to play, second quarter. Good field position for Imhotep. For what it's worth, Imhotep does receive the opening kickoff in the second half. This is where it can get away from you if you can't get a defensive stop. Davis, that's a backwards pass, but it's caught. Jabri Wallace-Coleman has some room across inside the 40-yard line. A nice play there from Imhotep, and the first touch of the afternoon from Jabri Wallace-Coleman, who's really broken out recently for this Imhotep team.
Yeah, and the defensive lineman sniffed it out very well, and it was just a well-designed, pass and run. Great screenplay there. Imhotep showing a bit of versatility with this play calling. Started off with a run, some small chip plays, and now they're taking some bigger shots.
I must tell you, that one always concerns me, though, when you run that play in a backwards pass, because that fumble can get away from you. That one is a forward pass, caught there, good screen run, and they keep on churning. Inside the 30 to about the 25-yard line, Terrence Adams with the catch and run for about 11 yards. Make that 13 yards on the catch and run.
Mikhail Davis building up some confidence in his arm. I mean, that touchdown pass would build up all the confidence in the world, but, some great screen passes there, hitting his receivers in stride so they can, turn upfield and make the most of it.
First and 10. Motion man Wallace-Coleman. But he's looking down the middle of the field and incomplete. Two diving receivers coming opposite ways. Nobody could make the catch. 5:03 to play. 2nd and 10 for Imhotep.
Yeah, Imhotep showing a lot of pre-snap motion there, kind of keeping that Father Judge defense on edge. But great coverage by two receivers. That pass just a little bit off. I'm not even sure which receiver it went to. I don't think they were too sure either.
Thrown in the general direction. Go get it.
Yeah, I don't want to say it was catchable, but, there was a chance there. That was a nice diving effort.
Pre-snap motion, that's the Andy Reid Kansas City Chief model, right? Just about every play there's motion beforehand. Here's Jabri Wallace-Coleman to the edge, cutting up the field to about the 10-yard line. Gain of 15 and a first down.
A lot of big boys out there on that offensive line just pulling and getting upfield. A lot of speed for the size and obviously an athletic run there.
And R.J. Atkinson led a really nice block as well, pushing that cornerback for Father Judge to the near sideline, allowing his running back Wallace Coleman to cut back in.
Yeah, and as I said earlier, as a wide receiver, blocking isn't typically what you first think of, but obviously a very, very important role, especially in a run-heavy game like this.
It's Wallace Coleman again, inside the 10 to about the 5. He got halfway there. First down, it was goal to go. Now second and goal to go from the 5.
Just so many bodies in that running lane there, too. It just looks like chaos down there. I can't believe he got 5 yards.
Athletic offensive lineman for Imhotep, unafraid to get down the field. Move the line of scrimmage. 4:35 and ticking in the first half. Ramir Stewart is the Wildcat. Goes off the left, into the end zone, touchdown, Imhotep. For the second time on the goal line, Imhotep goes to the Wildcat, once with McLeod, once with Stewart, touchdown both times, and it's 20-0.
And for, expecting such a run-heavy offense from Imhotep, they've showed a lot of versatility, especially in the pre-snap, like we'd mentioned. Just a lot of different looks.
Back out for the 2-point conversion. Imhotep, a good bet to win your 22 pool. With all the times they go for 2. It's Ramir Stewart again. He's going to walk into the end zone untouched. 22-0 Imhotep, 4:11 to play in this first half. Bob Long, Tyler Kern here on the call for Bob Long Sports. Kevin Long with us on color commentary. Appreciate everybody being with us here today. If you haven't already, hit subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll have some other broadcasts of games as we go through the PIAA state playoffs here. Do a lot of LaSalle and Philadelphia Catholic League broadcasts over the course of the winter and spring as well. And then some great Penn State football, Villanova basketball content as well. So check us out, Bob Long Sports on Twitter and on YouTube. Tyler, Kevin, thank you both for being here today. It's a beautiful Saturday fall afternoon. PIAA playoffs are in full swing, and the PIAA Districts 12 5A title game up for grabs here today. Caught at the 16-yard line. A lot of blocking out there, but just body slammed by number 10, Terrence Adams, at about the 30.
Father Judge had a line of like 5 guys. It was almost the wedge out there. The wedge buster coming in for the tackle.
Just missed Adams. Adams did not miss, on the contrary. First and 10 from the 30. Eric Smith will come to Van Horn's right. Drops straight back. Throws the screen for Smith and met there and dropped. Jameer Reyes, the defensive back.
And just Imhotep defense looking stellar out there. Van Horn wasn't able to get his feet set, and it didn't matter. I mean, he completed the pass, but sniffed out right away.
Well, they're putting more guys on the line of scrimmage, extra linemen. That's not preventing the rush. And so when you run a screen like that and you have to get rid of it quickly, well, your numbers are pass blocking. Nobody out there to lead the train for Eric Smith on a screen reception. Second down and 12. Handoff is to Smith right up the gut, met there and pulled down.
Just frustrating so far for Father Judge. They started off with some nice chunk plays on their first 2 drives, and haven't been able to get any yardage on these first 2 downs.
2:47 and ticking in the second quarter. This one was tight through the first quarter, Tyler. 6-0, just 2 offensive possessions for Imhotep. Father Judge, they had some positive momentum offensively, no real scoring opportunities. But a 4th and 2 where Father Judge went for it at the 50 with a fake punt. Van Horn taken down, a sack, and a loss of 5 yards. Number 24, Khalif Kemp, in there on the stop. He's going to Temple next year. And Father Judge will have to send out John Westfield and the punt unit. But again, Tyler, we may have been heading this direction anyway. But 4th and 2, do you keep the offense on the field? Do you run a gadget-type fake? They did that. Incomplete. Devin Johnson, the head coach of Imhotep, calls the bomb on the ensuing play. First play off of that turnover on downs. Scored on that play, and that's really where this game turned. Now a line drive punt and a lot of blocking for Downing. Downing inside the 40. Downing inside the 20. Corey Downing, a punt return touchdown. Imhotep 28, Father Judge 0.
And, Downing put some respect on Westfield's distance there, and he had it, perfectly, able to catch that, get downfield, use his blockers, and unfortunately for Father Judge, another touchdown.
And as is customary, Imhotep will go for 2 again. They haven't attempted, they may have attempted 1 field goal this year, but haven't attempted many extra points. Instead, trusting the offense. Will Robinson, the back, alongside Mikael Davis in the shotgun. Here's the motion man, faking the give, and now it's Robinson. Got to the line. The 2-point conversion is successful. 30-0. Imhotep with 1:37 left to go in this second quarter.
Robinson just getting there through sheer will, had 1 foot tripped up and just get topping into the end zone there.
Tyler, we mentioned earlier in the broadcast that Imhotep does receive the opening kickoff of the second half as well. A 35-point threshold is when it goes to a running clock at the high school level, but that threshold cannot be met in the first half. So even if it gets above 35, you play out the first half until it ends regular, and then running clock would begin in the second.
Yeah, learned that one last week, Bob. But, hopefully Father Judge gets a nice return here, sets up their offense, a good field position to march down the field with 1:37 left.
That one towed forward, recovered at the 10. Here comes Smith. Smith has some blocking to the near sideline, out to the 35, and that should be a penalty for pile driving Eric Smith. That's, I don't know how to say it, not in the rule book, Tyler.
Yeah, it looked like a suplex out there, Bob, right towards us. But not seeing any laundry on the field out there.
I'll call that surprising.
I mean, great return. Father Judge looking at the second-best field position they've had all day.
Sure.
Minute 27 left. I believe they have all 3 timeouts.
The personal foul penalty would have put them into Imhotep territory. Mike Van Horn in the shotgun. He's taking some punishment here today from the front 4. This time he hands it off to Eric Smith. Made the first miss, but right there is Eni White to make the stop. Maybe a gain of a half a yard.
And he made some nice moves out there, but unfortunately just nowhere to go, and you have someone like Eni White there just to clean up.
Well, on the real line of scrimmage and what is being pursued a second after the snap, those are 2 different things. Imhotep pushing into the backfield. like you said, Eric Smith has to make moves just to get back to that line, and that's a credit to Imhotep more so than anything against Father Judge. This is one of the best front fours, maybe the best front four in the state. Tough to argue with that one, I would say, as well. As Van Horn pushes forward, a gutty effort. Gain of 3, maybe 4. It'll be 3rd down and 5 coming up. 36 seconds left in this first half.
Great run by Van Horn there. Eni White hitting him 2-3 yards in the backfield, shakes it off, keeps his head down, gets about a 4 or 5 yard gain, like you said. Father Judge just letting this clock run out. They only have time for about one more play here.
Yep, ticking under 10. Certainly don't want to have to punt it back. Van Horn off tackle into the line, and that expires the first half clock. After 24 minutes of football, it's Imhotep 30, Father Judge 0. A big-time second quarter, Tyler. 24 points on the board. That's 3 touchdowns and 3 two-point conversions to get to this 30-point margin. Your thoughts?
I mean, I was just thinking about this looking down on the field there, but also on offense, you know, both sides of the ball for Imhotep, they just have the size up front. They just look bigger than Father Judge. I mean, if you look at the weights on our sheets here, they're heavier than them, they're taller than them. It's just unfortunate, you know, due to that run-heavy game, that they're just be able to kind of bully Father Judge in this first half. It's won and lost in the trenches, and Imhotep's line, as you said, the best, probably the best in the state, or up there with the best in the state. Just looking electric out there, and not much you can do. 30-0 in the first half, a very quick first half, might I add, other than those penalties that stopped the clock. Imhotep was able to clean up those holding calls that, you know, kind of handicapped them the first couple drives, and they've looked really good ever since.
This is the District 12 5A championship football game. Imhotep in control as they head to the break. 15 minutes on the clock. We'll take a break here as well. Stay with us. Second half coming up next here on Bob Long Sports. Again, my crew, Tyler Kern on color commentary, Kevin Long on the camera, and I'm Bob Long. We'll be right back. Welcome back, folks, inside Northeast High School. District 12 site of the District 12 5A championship game between Imhotep, the Panthers, and Father Judge, the Crusaders. Bob Long, Tyler Kern on color commentary, Kevin Long, nice enough to do camera for us here today. Tyler, all Imhotep in the second quarter, leading 30-0. They get the ball to start the second half here. Team starting to impose its will, a team that has state championship type expectations. The winner of this game will go to play Cathedral Prep next week. That was decided last night when Cathedral Prep put up 69 points. Absolutely incredible effort. That's a incredible team from Erie, and a long drive for both of them. They may meet in State College or Altoona or somewhere up there in the center of the state next week.
Yeah, that's a far drive, Bob. You have to almost factor in how travel might affect your play at that point in the high school level. Wow, that's quite a number of points they put up as well. Not the game's over yet, but the Imhotep defense does look good, so it should be a good matchup.
Father Judge will kick off to Imhotep, as mentioned at the tail end of the first half. Once you get to 35 points, that threshold in the second half, it is a running clock. That running clock cannot be undone. There's a youngster running across the back of the end zone here, so that's going to delay our kick by just a second. Now he's out of the back of the end zone. Can't say I see that very often. And here we go. Squibbed, and that's a live football picked up there by Corey Downing. He took one back in the first half, a punt, and that time driven into the turf at the 31-yard line. I like the idea there from Father Judge, and certainly gave themselves an opportunity to fall on that football.
Yeah, I mean, you got to do what you have to do to get the win, and I can't fault them for trying that little pooch kick there.
And after what Downing showed you he could do in the first half, keeping it away from him, although that didn't exactly happen there, he certainly didn't pick it up with a full head of steam. Good start there. Imhotep, though, the offense led by Mikhail Davis, who's had an excellent day, building off his MVP performance in the 5A title game in the public league. This is Trey McLeod across midfield. He's got 20 on the spurt, off tackle, first down.
Yeah, McLeod just having an excellent day. We don't have to reiterate that. We've been watching this football game. He's just been kind of all over. Very explosive player. Perfect player to match up with Mikhail Davis. I mean, both are great running threats, and McLeod just showing what he can do all day.
Into Father Judge territory. Imhotep in all white, Father Judge in blue. 30-0 the score. Davis throws the screen. Nice tackle there by Father Judge. Number 18, Nymir Appling made the stop. And the big bulldozer, Psyche Miles, the fullback, 5'6", 230, a senior, out there to make the play.
And that's a big boy, but great job by Appling, pursuing that and tackling someone who's got some pounds on him. Did a great job of using Appling's momentum and just kind of taking him that way.
Second down, 10 yards to go. 10:39 left in this third quarter. First drive of the second half. Tell you, maybe the running clock doesn't really matter much, Tyler. A lot of rushing plays and high percentage pass looks as this one's blown dead. Delay of game called against the offense. 2nd and 15 coming up.
And, the first penalty that Imhotep's seen, I want to say since the first quarter. They've done a great job of not getting laundry thrown at them, basically. Yeah, there's a better way to word that. But anyways, marches them back, for about 2nd and 15, see what they can do.
Tyler, former LaSalle defensive lineman class of 2012. You've played a game or two on this field, haven't you?
Yeah, I've had some great memories at this high school. It's good to be back here.
Davis, wide open. Downing. Downing does it on special teams, does it at the wide receiver position. Found the Little pocket in the middle of that defense and a nice throw.
Yeah, Downing just having a great day. I mean, only a junior, showing his stuff. I mean, that great, return he had, and just did a great job getting open, made a great catch down the field.
Scooted right past the linebackers in his zone. The safety was playing deep, so he just carved off the route. Really nicely done by Downing. Nice find, as mentioned, by Davis. Up to the line, quickly faking the give. Davis steps up, had room to run, instead throws it to the outside, taken down inside the 15. That's Jonathan Bagley, the tight end.
Yeah, Davis doing a good job rolling out to the left. I mean, he had all the time in the world there. Bounce out to the left. Threw the ball a little high, but was able to bring it in, and, another first down up for Imhotep.
Bagley, good size, 6'2", 220 pounds as a senior. First and 10 from just inside the Father Judge 15. A lot of blocking here for McLeod. Makes one miss into the end zone. Touchdown Imhotep, 36-0, and we will go to a running clock here in.
And like you said, Bob, probably won't have too much of an impact based off all these running plays we've seen all day, but, no stops for – well, they stopped penalties, I think, but no stops for first downs anymore or anything like that.
Exactly.
So it'll speed up the game a little bit, but I don't think we'll see much of a difference. And kudos to McLeod there. He had a nice stiff arm and wasn't touched after that.
Two-point conversion, as they do just about every time out here. Davis, they're going to throw a lob. Contact, no call, incomplete. No good on the two-point conversion, but it's a 36-0 lead for Imhotep, 9:41 to play, third quarter.
That's a tough lob, too. I mean, that was directly lined up with where the sun is, too. So his receiver looking right back into the sun, high ball. That's a tough catch.
I think that's trying stuff out at this point in the game and trying to figure out if that play is in your arsenal, can you execute it in a game situation for what you may or may not see later in the state playoffs.
And I felt the same thing. I just thought maybe they should try that to the left side of the field there. So, or either that or have like a polarized visor so the sun doesn't get in your eyes.
Yep. So pick the two of those options that is easier to accomplish here today. I'll go with the visor. Caught on the line at the 25 and hit hard, deposited at the 34-yard line. Makai Sutton, the defensive back, a senior, laid the wood.
Yeah, and Imhotep, he just all pumped up from that hit. I'm sure, they're having a lot of fun out there, and hopefully Father Judge can string something together and get down the field, chain together some first downs.
Eni White, Keon Wiley stay out there on the field for now. The front four of Jasir Whittington, as well as number 52, David Johnson, DJ, as he goes by, all out there. Basically the whole starting crew. Talik Burton, Maurice Beverly. Van Horn takes a shotgun snap. Up the middle, a nice run. There is a flag, and it came right on the snap, so it's either offside or an illegal formation or something of that.
We had one receiver. You had to have 7 guys on the line of scrimmage. That's impossible.
And it is a legal formation against Father Judge, so it wipes out about a 20-yard carry, Tyler.
Yeah, that's frustrating. Van Horn, he's done a good job all day of putting his head down and was able to break free there. Had a nice run up the field. Like you said, that was thrown right at the snap.
We had one receiver.
9:03 to play, third quarter.
And the clock is running. So Father Judge out there with the first 15 now. Still got the first down. If they can get a couple chunk plays here, still string something together.
First down and 15 for Father Judge after the illegal formation penalty. Van Horn off tackle, hit, and dropped after a gain of 1. Some big games, Tyler, across the state last night. We talked a lot about Governor Mifflin in 5A over Spring Grove. At the 6A level, District 1, local here, getting good. Garnet Valley outlasting Quakertown 58-39. And then Coatesville just hammered Ridley a week after Ridley stunned North Penn on the road in a 56-55 win. So now Coatesville and Garnet Valley, I would argue the two best teams in District 1 all year at the 6A level, will meet next weekend. Van Horn off tackle. Design quarterback keeper for 4.
And Father Judge, I've noticed this. They've been leaning on their right side more all day.
Yep.
Yeah, Van Horn seems to like that side. I guess they like their blocks, and more importantly, avoiding Eni White on that left side.
The District 12 6A title game is tonight at 6 p.m. That'll be between St. Joe's Prep and Northeast High School. We know now who the winner of that game will play. That will be Bethlehem Freedom, the District 11 winner, who took down Emmaus 28-14. And I would hazard a guess that either St. Joe's Prep or Northeast would certainly be favored in that game. Now a crossing pattern, the screen, third down, gain of about 4. And I would certainly assume that, let's see what the decision is that they make. 4th and 7. Yeah, they'll send Westfield out there to punt this one away, down 36.
Yeah, good job by Van Horn keeping, his cool with some big linemen in his face for a nice gain. Hopefully gives him a better field position on this punt.
Westfield boots that one. That is a fantastic punt, forcing Downing to make the fair catch at the 22. Other scores, a 6A matchup, State College area. The Little Lions take down Delaware Valley High School. Tyler, I was up in Milford, Pennsylvania several years ago for LaSalle against Delaware Valley. That is a difficult place to get to, almost from wherever you're coming from.
So keep that in mind to our viewers if you're going up there.
Allocate extra time.
Yeah, put it into MapQuest beforehand.
And then at the 5A level, Westchester Ruston took down Plymouth Whitemarsh. Ruston's had a great year, but I know a lot of Plymouth Whitemarsh fans felt they had a great shot in that game. The Wildcat, Cybree Williams Rockamore taken down. No gain, second down, 5:52 and ticking in the third quarter. Tyler, you were starting to talk about it, but the games that you used to play here, great memories from this facility. Anything in particular stand out?
There's definitely quite a few. We played my senior year Roman Catholic here for the PCL championship back when it was, you didn't just get it after the regular season was over. It wasn't based off your record. It was based off, the playoff bracket. But it's always just a high-intensity field. We had a lot of big playoff wins here. It's just a fun, typically electric atmosphere.
And it is Williams Rockamore dropping back, scanning down the field. He'll throw for Will Robinson across the 30. Lost the football, out of bounds, fumbled forward. Out of bounds at the 37. First down for Imhotep. That's one where you are allowed to fumble it forward, Tyler. Where you're not able to is on 4th down. You can't fumble it forward on 4th down and have that same player recover it. That's the rule when it comes to that. 4:46 to play, ticking here in the third quarter.
So, Bob, do you own the high school football rules handbook, or do you have that in your back pocket, or is it all up in your head?
All in the head, Tyler. the thing that we learned last week, as this one is handed off. Nice gain there, keeping the legs churning near the line to gain for Jabri Wallace-Coleman. I think he'll be just a yard short. At every other level of football, a pass interference is an automatic first down, whether it's at the NFL level, spot foul, or at the college level, not a spot foul, 15-yard penalty. At the high school level, it's a 15-yard penalty or half the distance to the goal, but it's not an automatic first down.
Yeah.
And to the PIAA officials out there listening, or whomever would be making that rule, I contend that that's a poor rule, at least at this juncture. I mean, second down and 1.
And they got it.
Wallace-Coleman has enough for the first down right to the midfield stripe. Now, most of the time, it's not an issue, right? 15-yard penalty, unless it's 2nd and 20. That's most likely going to result in a first down anyway. But when it's 3rd and goal from the 6 and there's pass interference in the end zone that prevents a touchdown, and then you have 3rd and goal from the 3 again, that just doesn't feel right. Right, Tyler?
Yeah, we did see that, and, you know, we stuck to our guns there. Thought it should have been a first down last week. And, yeah, I mean, all I have to say to that, Bob, is be the change you want to see in the world. Let's go on change.org, start a petition.
There you go. The important things, yes. Wallace-Coleman up the sideline. Cuts inside, pulled down. Looked like he wanted to pitch that ball for a second, didn't it, Tyler? I think thought better of it.
Yeah, typically in that situation, it's almost never a good idea. Seen too many times where it bounces off the defender's helmet or hands and just doesn't go where you want it to go. And, you know, football isn't rugby. It's all about ball possession, not field position.
So in addition to your LaSalle football pedigree, first team All-Catholic in 2012, you were a Drexel University rugby player, for those that may not know.
Yeah, it was a dragon for a little bit out on the rugby pitch.
Jabri Wallace-Coleman lost the football, got it back. That ball came loose, got down inside the 5 to about the 2. And they're moving up quickly to the line. Williams-Rackamore. He sneaks it forward, pushed. Should be down short of the line to gain, but enough for the first down. So it'll be 1st and goal from inside the 1-yard line. 1:40 in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, and number 14, Williams-Rackamore, is doing a good job out there of leading this offense down the field. I mean, I don't think we've really noticed too much difference between him and Mekhi Davis. They both didn't. I mean, obviously Mekhi Davis is energetic and looks amazing out there. But, you know, great job by this backup quarterback.
Handoff. Wallace-Coleman. Touchdown, Imhotep. Jabri Wallace-Coleman. We talked about him breaking out recently, getting some time in regular gameplay, but then certainly when games have gotten out of hand, where Imhotep has gone up big. But a tremendous player, a guy that is just a freshman, and with Trey McLeod as a sophomore, Wallace-Coleman as a freshman, get used to Imhotep in and around Philadelphia, and when it comes to state contention, they're going to be here for a while. They'll attempt the 2-point conversion. Hand it off and taken down well short. Rolando Hall took that one in motion. 42-0 the score. 1 minute, 7 seconds to play. So they've attempted 6 2-point conversions. Tyler?
Yeah, 6 sounds right.
There's that now, no, 7. Yeah, 6. And they've made 3 and missed 3.
So it's like they've been doing extra points all along.
That's right. Just your average 40, 42. That's the route you get there, right?
Yeah. 6 touchdowns. Extra 6 points.
7 touchdowns.
Oh,
right?
7. No, it's
right?
6. 6 with the
right.
2.
Bingo.
Yeah.
We're doing it.
Yeah, we're doing it. Haven't had to work on my times tables in a while,
No.
but I think I got there correctly.
So, as mentioned, Imhotep, they're going to get to the quarterfinal round of the PIAA 5A state tournament, and maybe the game of the state tournament thus far coming up next week as they take on Cathedral Prep. Out to the 44-yard line. That is a hell of a throw. That official tossed that flag.
With such authority.
Oh, my goodness. You're just going to see the flag coming in. I think this is going to go against Imhotep. There it is, right at the top of your screen. Yeah, well, let's see. There's 2 guys down on the play. Actually, one for Imhotep ran off. It was a non-contact injury, ran off as it was being kicked off. Now there's a second Imhotep player down, and Father Judge has a man down at the 26.
And unfortunately, that kind of overshadowed the great return
Sure.
from Father Judge there.
We got a lot to sort out here as well. All the officials gathering to discuss, and these 2 injured players on the field. And keep your eye on that white hat. See if we get a call here.
What?
And they're picking up the flag. Called me surprised because
He threw that with such authority.
that's exactly right.
The ref threw that with such authority.
Imagine getting overruled after that effort.
Next time you got to imagine he just kind of pulls it out of his pocket
Yeah.
and tosses it to the side.
Final minute of the third quarter. Father Judge will come back out offensively. Ball at their own 44. I tell you give a guy like Mike Van Horn, Tyler, a lot of credit. The quarterback, he's taking a beating here today. Out continuing, and you best bet he's going to continue to run right up the middle. This one's handed off to Eric Smith. A nice gain up the middle, gain of 9.
Well, when you got a guy like Van Horn, he's very familiar with running the football down the field, taking that beating. That's what you look for in that kind of quarterback. And, I mean, he might have dealt with some larger linemen than he's used to today, but
Sure.
he's doing a great job out there.
6 seconds left in the third quarter. See if they elect to take the snap. Down to 1, they do snap it to Eric. Smith got the first down. Very Le'Veon Bell-esque there in the way that he danced, and then attacked the hole. We head to the fourth quarter. Imhotep in control. Our broadcast team here today, Bob Long, Tyler Kern, Kevin Long on camera. For those of you not as aware, Bob Long Sports, broadcast entity here in Philadelphia. We've done a lot for LaSalle High School, football, basketball, etc. We do Penn State and Villanova talk shows during the week. Just last night we were out doing District 3 football, Governor Mifflin against Spring Grove, and we'll be continuing to stay well connected throughout the PIAA state playoffs. Tyler and Kevin, just a part of my team. Rob Stott's been doing this for a long time with us, couldn't make it out today. We've had 3 students work with us this year as well, and it's been a great time working with them. We've enjoyed the broadcast season. Follow us on Twitter at Bob Long Sports, and most importantly, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and you can get updates when we go live and programming updates as we start broadcasting more events later this fall and into the winter. Van Horn drops back. Van Horn steps up, nowhere to throw it, takes off with it along the near side and scoots forward. A lot of work for a 6-yard gain.
Yeah, there's a lot going on down the field as well. A lot of contact past that initial 5 yards. for those receivers. But, Van Horn having nowhere to throw it to does a great job of, making something from nothing there.
And they hand it off inside. Taken down right near the line to gain. 3rd down and about 1. That was another one there where it went to Smith, and then Smith hands it off to a back coming across the line. Bit of deception there. Marquis got the second handoff and took the pounding.
Yeah, that's not an easy thing to do at full speed there. They tricked me up here in the booth, so had a nice gain, and 3rd and very short for them.
And he's got the first down. Mike Van Horn. Judge got some movement there with the offensive line, Tyler.
Yeah, and I think that might be Judge's first down of the day. Is that correct? No? Well, regardless, they did a great job of securing that first down, regardless of which number it was. And, great job by Van Horn with that QB sneak.
32-yard line, moving down the field. 10:05 and ticking. And it's Van Horn, this time off the left. That's another first down, gain of 11 yards on first down. They move the chains. Judge trying to get on the board here.
Yeah, good job of chaining first downs there. Clock still running, down to 9 minutes, 40 seconds. Keeping their defense off the field for a well-deserved rest.
First down and 10 from the Imhotep 21-yard line, 9:25 and ticking here in the 4th quarter. Timeout called by Father Judge.
And, Father Judge probably not seeing what they liked out there, trying to chain together their first touchdown of the day.
Yeah, I think they had a guy running off late as well. I don't know if there were 12 or 11. If it was 12, it might have been the officials doing the right thing and granting the timeout. 9:19 to play here in the 4th and final quarter.
Bob, we got any Thanksgiving games in the Philly area next week? High school football?
Tough to say. And we had a comment on the YouTube stream asking if we would be doing Tep's game next week. I think it's unlikely, just given that they would be playing Erie Cathedral Prep. And my guess is that if I had to guess, right, my guess is it's played at Mansion Park in Altoona. That's a game where they play a lot of PIAA games. That feels like the midway point, if you will. We will not be in Altoona next week, although my in-laws are actually from there. So in a different year, next year I'll be there for Thanksgiving. Could actually work, but I don't think next week. There is some possibility we are back in Shillington next weekend for Governor Mifflin versus Exeter in the 5A District 3 championship game. Second down and 5. Ball at the 15. And Van Horn has a cavalcade of blockers, got across to about the 10-yard line, maybe the 11-yard line. It's very close. 3rd down, they say less than 1 yard to go.
So here we are, Father Judge, another short, 3rd and short. Last time they did a QB sneak, I think it was about 3rd and inches last time. This one, they have about 1 yard to go. We'll see what they come up with.
Yeah, and they don't go under center. 2 backs to the right of Mike Van Horn, needing the 11 for the first. Van Horn will get the first down across the 10 to about the 9. It'll be first and goal, 7 minutes and 45 seconds ticking here in the fourth quarter.
If that play looked familiar, it's because it was the exact same play they ran last down. You know, same formation in the beginning, same hole that Van Horn hit. And it got a short game last time. That's all they needed.
Looking to get that goose egg off the scoreboard, Tyler. 7:25 and ticking now.
Yeah, that's it. If you're Father Judge, that's all you want at this point. Just, you know, get a nice score, update that scoreboard.
And they handed it off to Marquis. Marquis to the 5-yard line. I thought maybe, Tyler, if he made the cut in, might have had the opportunity there.
Yeah, that was also good pursuit by that inside linebacker, though. Kind of read Marquis pretty well there. But Father Judge down in the red zone for the first time today.
Second down and goal. Van Horn to the end zone. Touchdown, Father Judge.
Kudos to Father Judge for, you know, sticking to their guns. They ran a similar play to what they've been doing all day with Van Horn with the QB keeper. Nice hole up the middle of the field and gets the score.
So on the board with 6, on comes John Westfield to attempt the point after. Westfield boots that one through, 42-7. 6:27 to go in this one.
And Westfield, you know, if I had to think of a word to sum that up, yeah, boot is the word. He's had a few punts today, his couple of kickoff punts. I like that pooch kick. You know, as a senior, this was probably that might have been his last extra point attempt. We'll see. But he's got another kickoff in him at least.
Let's look at the updated 5A bracket. We mentioned Governor Mifflin versus Exeter. Exeter, the 7 seed. Bit of an upset as they ran through Mannheim Central. That was the big upset, 43-26. That was 2 rounds ago. Then beat make that Cedar Cliff, who would upset Shippensburg. They beat them 42-35 in a shootout, so they'll take on Governor Mifflin. That's on the opposite side of the bracket, as we're talking about here. Moon Township out of Pittsburgh taking on Penn Trafford, and that went chalk. Moon Township, the 1 seed, Penn Trafford, the 2 seed. On this side of the bracket, Westchester Ruston and Strathaven. They will play in a District 1 final. And then Cathedral Prep, they're going to take on Imhotep. So that right side of the bracket, which I know you folks aren't looking visually, but that Cathedral Prep, Imhotep side of the bracket with Ruston, that is going to be fun. Both of those games, Imhotep against Cathedral Prep, that'll be a war. Westchester Ruston against Strathaven will be an excellent football game as well. Ruston, the number 1 seed, against Strathaven, the 2 seed, that's just been running through teams recently. So 5A is going to be a lot of fun down the stretch. Tyler, where we call a lot of our football, 6A, that bracket. Yep. Wilson and Harrisburg started their game at 1 o'clock here today, so that's still in the first half. But the winner of that game plays State College area, and I'll tell you what, whoever wins that game, Wilson and Harrisburg, is going to have a fight on their hands against State College. Probably that winner will be favored no matter what. Wilson, they've been incredible offensively recently until their last game against Central York, where they played Bo Prabula, Penn State commit, and actually took them down 14-11. So a bit of a different story there. Central York, a team that was thought of as one of the favorites across the state, they are done. And Wilson and Harrisburg playing right now for the honor to play State College if they win. McDowell will take on the winner of Mount Lebanon and Central Catholic, which is happening tonight at 7 o'clock. And if that game is being broadcast, I would highly recommend that high school football fans watch that game. A sack there. Father Judge will create 3rd and long here for Imhotep. But you could see Mount Lebanon or Central Catholic, the winner of that game, very easily find themselves in the state championship game. Across the bracket, Garnet Valley against Coatesville. And then Bethlehem Freedom beat Emmaus last night. They will await the winner of Northeast and St. Joseph's Prep, who play this evening at Cardinal O'Hara. 3rd and 15, dropping straight back. Has some room to maneuver, but Judge stayed right with them. Gain of just 1, 4th down coming up, 4:30 and ticking in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, that's a great play there. Great pressure from that Father Judge front 4. I believe number 35, Jake Marquis, came up, made that tackle at full speed. That's pretty tough for to tackle an elusive quarterback like that at full speed. Coming right at you, too. Looks like Father Judge will get at least one more opportunity on offense today.
Third punt of the afternoon, and Davis, he's going to take off with it. And got up right to the line, I think, has the first down. Now, interesting there. Did he ever possess that ball with his knee on the turf? I don't think so, but it was close there. Remember, not down by contact like you'd see at the NFL. So when you're reaching down to pick up that ball like that on a broken play, if the knee's down, you're down. But again, I think a good no call and a first down for Imhotep.
And that's just frustrating as a Father Judge fan. Like you're expecting your team to get the ball back, maybe string together another offensive drive, and who else but Davis to come and run it 15 yards for the first down.
Yeah, he's only in the football game to punt. He had already been removed at quarterback for Cybree Williams Rockamore. And then, the broken play. Pick it up, takes off down the sideline.
Yeah, I think you should have we have him as QB on our roster, but maybe you should have a little K next to it too.
Right. Father Judge player is down. Jordan Reinhardt, the senior, his last game here today. First down and 10. Clock at 3:13. It will go on the official's whistle. And it's Cybree Williams Rockamore back in at quarterback. A nice run there along the far side of the field. Azir Moore, the junior wide receiver, at 6 foot 180. Boy, Tyler, Imhotep goes to its reserves, and you just have more physical specimens coming off the bench. It's impressive.
Yeah, they got some beasts down there, Bob. Both their first starters, and then now their reserves, like you said.
Here's the motion, and they give it that way and go in the wrong direction here. Ball is loose. I think Imhotep on it. There's your confirmation. A little bit too much that time from Baji Reese, a 5'7" sophomore, a guy that I'll be interested to see his career as it continues along, Tyler. A guy with some juice, the little guy. But that time, you just take your lumps and go down. Third down, about 7 yards to go as we tick under 2 minutes to play.
Yeah, have a lot of fun watching those little guys in the, Philadelphia area. Mayo Howe comes to mind. He's a pretty electric, too, for a Roman Catholic.
Right. I thought there was motion there, but they let that one go. Judge, great defensive stop. It's the nose tackle getting in there on the stop. Fourth down coming up. And now, Mikhail Davis with a clean snap. I think he'll punt this one away.
And I kind of jinxed it last time when I said it looks like Judge's going to get the football back again, so I'm not going to say that. But
even though you just did?
Yeah. Oh.
I'm going to tell you what I'm not going to say. 1:10 left in this one. Imhotep again cruises to victory. Want to congratulate the Father Judge Crusaders on a nice season. They'll end the season 6-5, so they have a winning record this year. They play in one of the toughest divisions in any conference in high school football across Pennsylvania and beyond, in the red division of the Philadelphia Catholic League.
And, I mean, this time of year is always kind of bittersweet, too. I mean, obviously this is, for the seniors and Father Judge, their last game. 45 seconds to go, running clock. You got to think they go out there and, just try to string together a couple plays, maybe one or two, just to kind of send their seniors off. And, I mean, it's bittersweet because Imhotep, an obvious powerhouse that we've established, gets to move on to what will be a nice competitive game next week against Erie, right?
That's right, Erie Cathedral Prep. In some ways, Tyler, it feels like at the end of these seasons we say, man, it's over already? That flew by.
Yeah.
But then I'm also thinking back to the first game that we broadcast of the year where LaSalle played on the road at Bishop McDevitt, and that feels like an absolute eternity ago as well. Eric Smith taken down. Ball came out, but he was down on the play. 22 seconds left. Clock ticking. And that should do it. So the high school season, it isn't quite over yet, Tyler. Certainly not for this Imhotep team. Winners of the 5A District 12 title game. They are the champs of Philadelphia high school football at the 5A level.
Yeah, and I mean, kudos to Imhotep. We, expected a run-heavy game from both of these teams. Imhotep, once they got that run established after a few penalties in the first quarter, just kind of ran away with it, pun intended. They also kind of opened up their passing game, as we saw an amazing pass by Davis for about a 40 or 50-yard touchdown pass. And, after that, the rest was history. We had that punt return for a touchdown. Kudos to Imhotep. They were the better team today, and they brought it home.
Tyler, we'll see what the next couple of weeks look like, but if this is it for you and me this season, it's been an absolute pleasure, my friend. Thanks for being with us. Tyler Kern, LaSalle College High School class of 2012, a first-team all-Catholic defensive lineman, and a star color commentator. I would say your accomplishments on the football field are at least matched, if not more so, by the tremendous commentator that you've become. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you. It's been a lot of fun. It was cool to bring this game to two unique crowds that we typically don't. We have through the LaSalle games, but
sure.
Without them. So it was cool to see the comment sections. There was some jabbering going on between both sides, which was fun. But keep it clean, fellas. But it was a good time, and happy I got to see at least one more football game this year.
Kevin Long, one of the best cameramen around. We appreciate having you, buddy. Thanks for being here on camera, and for our entire team here at Bob Long Sports. I am Bob Long, saying so long from Northeast High School. Your final once again, Imhotep 42, Father Judge 7. Imhotep, the kings of Philadelphia football at the 5A level. Have a great rest of your weekend, everybody, and we'll be talking to you real soon.